We shall be looking at how the targeting program has been implemented in Uganda, how the population is manipulated to participate or be recruited into the program as perpetrators, the steps they have taken, and stakeholders involved. What you need to know is that this is a global targeting program in majority of the countries. However, each country has different social, economic, political, and cultural structures, and thus this program is adjusted and customized to run along such structures of that country. The entire operation is run like a lottery where the perpetrators are grouped into teams. Each team is given a specific shop to operate in or a certain street to oversee. The teams are supervised by handlers who are mainly from the intelligence agencies, plus those that are veterans of this program. Note that the entire operation is run by one command center, so all instructions come from there, including instructions on what foods to poison and place on supermarket shelves. If the team is lucky to poison the individual, then a huge reward is given to the team. So just like a lottery, the team that construct a scenario in which poison is successfully given are rewarded heavily with a lot of money. One of the greatest tricks that the Luciferians have used is to get as many people as possible to participate. They have done this by almost making it compulsory for everyone to participate in gang stalking, by branding it as a community policing initiative, where citizens are asked to stand in specific places where a targeted individual will pass and report on the current location of the individual to the command center. And the youths are recruited under the guise of training them in surveillance. The poisoning teams are told that they are helping to punish people from rival tribes, and all that they are doing are just psychological mind games. This has helped to desensitize the population to the evils of this program and make them accustomed to the horrors of the program and make it look like a normal thing, because a citizen will ask themselves, if everyone is doing it, why not me? The purpose of all this is to desensitize the population and make it a normal thing to poison someone with the less human emotions attached. This program has managed to remain top secret in Uganda because of its ability to brand the operation as a secret tribal war against rival tribes. Thus, majority of the people are inclined not to tell anyone that are not of their tribe. Unknown to them is that other rival tribes are also enrolled into the same program in their respective regions and are mobilized to attack members of other tribes. One clever trick that the Luciferians used was to recruit and enlist reputable community leaders at the beginning of the program, who were recruited under the guise of fighting social evils. However unknown to them, they unintentionally became the devil's whips. The system uses them to attack a targeted individual and exert pressure on that individual into a position of surrender. But once a person surrenders, the spiritual slaughter is done by this occult. There are stories of priests who attend targeting meetings to offer words of encouragement to the poisoning teams and gang stalking teams and pray for success of the operations. Other priests move to various markets to promote the targeting program. This is done to put a face of God and righteousness to this occult operation. But of course, the priests have their personal interests, preferences, and commitments, be it tribal, political, or social. However, when those interests are pursued, when they are fully dressed in their priestly clothing, a non-conscious person can easily think that what is being done by the man of God is godly and has the approval of God. There are also stories of leaders of the targeting program eating graphene oxide nanoparticles to demonstrate to the new recruits of this program how non-lethal it is and how the targeting program is just a psychological game. But what they do not tell them is that once the particles are inside the body and are exposed to high radiation levels, they vibrate and cause pain, and at the same time cause high oxidation and extremely high inflammation. Every targeted individual is blackmailed in order to justify the attack before the public. And what every targeted individual should know is that the blackmail against you changes according to which category of people the perpetrators are mobilizing against you. Among the religious and ultra-conservative, the accusations are that the individual is a homosexual, prostitute, or child molester. Among the uneducated, unconscious, and highly suggestible village persons or ghetto youths, the accusations usually rotate around the individual being from a rival tribe and is tribalistic. Basically, any accusation that can rally the population against a target will work. So depending on who the targeted individual meets, he will find varying accusations against him. As mentioned earlier, the program is customized and structured according to the prevailing conditions and structure of society. And in Uganda, the Luciferians are also taking advantage of the upcoming transition in the country, whereby they are taking advantage of the anxiety within the population by pitching one tribe against the other and using the fears as a rallying point to mobilize according to tribal basis. To an extent that unconscious people with tribal affiliations are easily drawn into the program as gang stalkers and perpetrators, for the operation against targeted individuals is marketed as a power retention operation against rival tribes. The entire operation is branded as a mind game where they play on the victim's mind, and many find it easy to participate because they are blind to the consequences. They are blind to the fact that their participation automatically enlists their souls into the hive mind system and henceforth makes them a property of whoever or whatever principality controls the hive mind system. It's like a pyramid. Those at the bottom do not understand what the program is all about. Those in the middle have a clue, but the money and other incentives are simply too good to reject. Those at the top are the Luciferians. They understand the agenda, they are fully enrolled, and these are the ones that run the program. What you need to understand is that this system operates on a hive mind platform. Just as the beehive is ruled by a queen bee, the hive mind is ruled by fallen angels. Much as they are human faces to the hierarchy of the program, the humans are just pawns in a chess game where the entity that controls and moves the pawns is the master. I have interacted with targeted individuals from around the world. The programs in the US and UK are only more technologically advanced, where they even use holograms displayed in rooms of targeted individuals at night just to freak them out and play on the psychology of the targets. But I have not come across a program that is so successful at manipulating an entire town like the Ugandan one.